Before I start this video, don't forget to be checking out the links to my Twitter and my Tumblr down in the description to find resources and links and bail funds and all things like that to help the Black Lives Matter movement. Hello Friendzies, welcome back to my channel. Before I start this video, I want to talk about how it's going to be part of, in my head, it's part of a little series that I'm going to call the Serious series. And I don't remember, it's in my planner and I don't have my planner right on me, but from what I can remember, this video and then the next couple ones I wanted to do are all one right after the other. There may be a break in between from, I think there's like one break in between, but I wanted to make a couple videos basically in what I'm going to call the Serious series, because it's important things that I want to talk about that all kind of go together, but I feel like kind of need their own standalone video, even if like one video is shorter than the other. I feel like each thing kind of needs to be like talked about separately. But today's episode of the Serious series, trademark that, that's what this is going to be called. The first episode of the Serious series, I want to talk about how blocking people online is okay. So you will notice on pretty much all social medias, I don't think there's a single social media that doesn't have this option. It doesn't always work, unfortunately. And I feel like the fact that it doesn't always work is not okay. Like, we should be able to block people and not have to worry about whether or not it's actually going through. But you have the option to block people and like report them on pretty much every social media site. And I feel like especially younger people that are on the internet feel bad about blocking people a lot of the time. As you get older and like you have more experience and you've been on the internet for a long time, like I'm 24, I was born in 1996, so I've grown up with, you know, like the increase in the internet and all that stuff. And when I was younger, I felt really bad about blocking people, even if I felt wicked uncomfortable. Because as you may know, the internet is a weird, wonderful place. But the way the internet is and the way not all of us know how to like be super like safe on it, like one of the Zelda theory videos I watch all the time, the guy like advertises that he has like not a partnership, but it's like, oh, if you use my code you get like 15% off. And it's I don't even know what it's called. It's one of those things on the internet where you can like kind of hide your IP address and it goes through like several channels so that it kind of hides it twice. Does that make any sense? Because I don't know what that's called. I don't know how to do that, and I don't really have the money to be doing that. So even though the internet is weird and wonderful and there's so many opportunities to like really have fun and be like really safe, there are opportunities for weird people to kind of get not your like personal information, but like your account information and kind of like go for you. Like Tumblr always has the really dumb porn bots and like the fake spam virus inducing like sugar daddy messages that come up. I get them all the time. Tumblr's whole stupid thing about blocking certain things because it's not safe for work literally only increased the porn bots. So cool, good job Tumblr. And when you're younger, I feel like you feel bad because people, the way like people reach out to you when it's like people that obviously are trying to like prey on you for whatever reason, whether it's to like give you a virus, whether it's to try to tap into like your computer and steal your information, whether it's like they can tell that you're a young kid using a certain website and they want to try to like meet up with you so they can kidnap you or something. I feel like younger kids, and not like kids, but like younger people, like even like late teens, like 15, 16, 17, I feel like the way certain people, you know, word things and know how to say the right thing kind of make you feel bad, because then like you try to be like, oh, okay, well, like I'm not comfortable anymore. And they're like, yeah, but I thought we were friends and like da-da-da. Like that's happened to me before. I've had like creepy people that I thought I was like friends with. It's happened on Gaia Online. It's happened on AOL. Instant Messenger. I feel like I'm dating myself talking about this because I don't even talk about AOL with my friends that are like my age, let alone to an audience of what probably is younger people. It's happened on Gaia, it's happened on AOL, it's happened on Facebook. Like random people that's like one common friend and it's like an acquaintance of one of my friends that I met maybe once, maybe not even at all, and it's like the one common friend is, and it's like this random like 50-year-old man. And I'm like, no. And it's happened with not strangers as well. It's happened with people that I really don't want in my life whatsoever, and they've like randomly sent me a friend request. So I've blocked them. I've used that block button with no guilt and full confidence. And basically what I wanted this video to be, that really roundabout long way of going about that, is it's okay to block somebody. Even if it's me, even if you hit me up on Twitter because you're like, hey, cool, I like your videos and like you're a cool person, and I like say something that makes you uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form. Like, obviously I don't mean to make you uncomfortable, but if you feel uncomfortable, that doesn't matter what my intentions were. Block me. I don't care. I don't care if it's an aunt. I don't care if it's like somebody you're really close to, like whatever. Your comfort and your safety comes first, especially for younger kids. If you are like an older person, I know I have a couple of adults that watch me, and by adults I mean older than me, because legally I am an adult, but realistically I'm not. If you have like a younger sibling or anything, please send them this. I want them to be aware, like, you can say it as much as you want, but especially like when it's family or like an older like friend, it doesn't always drive home, because the kids don't want them, like, the kids don't want to feel like you're like policing them, which, trust me, I know exactly what I know, like, you probably know what it is too, when adults try to tell you a certain thing and you're just like, yeah, whatever. Like, no. Seriously, any younger kids watching this, literally anybody under like the age of 20, because I feel like once you hit your 20s, you kind of start to realize that like you don't owe anybody anything. It literally does not matter who the person is. If they make you uncomfortable, block them. And there are some stipulations to that, like kids that are abused by their parents or like abused by their guardian or whatever. In like on Facebook, like you might not be able to block that guardian because, you know, that could cause more problems at home. But if you're in a situation that's safe, block them. Like if you have a partner or a friend that's really shitty to you and doesn't treat you well, if you are able to and you're in a safe situation that you're like able to get away from them, block them. Because the thing is too with profiles, even like off of, you know, like the close relationships, profiles, no matter how vague you like make them, can still be like more information than the person needs to know. So like if it's somebody on a website who's making you really uncomfortable and they're a complete stranger, you don't know them, but you know, like you post pictures and like you talk about your friends and this and that, that's still more information than they need to know. And blocking them and reporting them will absolutely like help prevent any further like informational gathering. And like what's the other one? Coffee Spoonie on Twitter. I follow this person. They are fantastic and I love them, and just everything they have to say, you know what I mean? Like they come from a very like marginalized like life. The person that they are, you know, religion, sexuality, disabilities, all that stuff, they come from a very marginalized life, so they do have like a lot like knowledge, and they can speak as like, you know what I mean, don't say this word because realistically for this community it doesn't help them. Say this word instead, like when you're referring to this community. Look them up on Twitter. They're really great and they have a lot of information. They share a lot of good information. They just, it's really good. But a lot of shitty people, you can't always retweet what they retweet because they have to put their account on private, because a lot of shitty people in this world try to like come for them and try to get information about like where they live to cause harm, which is so scary and so shitty. So they have even made posts in the past. I honestly don't remember when. It could have been like 3 months ago. It could have been a couple years ago. My memory is very bad. I've said this in multiple videos. My memory is not great. But they have talked about just straight up blocking people. And unfortunately, on websites like Twitter, it doesn't always work because you can block somebody and report them, and Twitter supports Nazis and like, I was gonna say white supremacists, they're the same thing, Nazis and abusers and like shitty people like that. Twitter will come back and like block you instead and like cancel your account. It's really dumb. Fuck Twitter sometimes, honestly. But still block them if you can. Do it. Like, even if it causes issues with your account that really sucks and it's not fair, but if you are in a safer position by blocking that person, if you just feel more comfortable overall by blocking that person, do it. Don't feel bad about it. I know sometimes it's easier said than done. Like, really, people are really nice. I've never had this issue because I'm not that nice of a person, but people are really nice. Like, even yesterday, my friend Megan got a freaking email from, like, a name that neither of us recognized. She gets an email, but it came as a text messages because she has an iPhone. Came as an email, and she was like, do we know who this person is? I was like, no fucking clue, man. I have no idea what that number is. Like, and she kind of sent the emoji that's like, and she was like, should I block them? And I was like, yeah, you should. And she's like, I think I might. And I was like, you shouldn't think, you should just do it, like block them. And then I forgot what she said after that. She's like, yeah, but I'm kind of curious. And I was like, okay, well, if you're curious, that's like, okay, if you feel comfortable, you know, asking them like, hey, who is this? That's fine, but I would just block them because that's just it. Like, especially with the way technology is now, blocking them for your overall safety and comfort is good, but technology-wise, it could also protect all of your devices. And the thing is, if somebody is able to hack into things and get into your computer, not only will they get your personal information, but they could get like my card, like my debit card is saved to a lot of websites for like faster checkout. If I wasn't comfortable blocking people and didn't, who knows, my computer could get hacked into and they could take my card information and just like drain my account. And I'm not trying to make you like scared. If you're a younger person watching this, I'm not trying to scare you. This video is really just supposed to be block people. Be safe, be aware, and just block people when you're not comfortable, when you feel like it's an unsafe situation. Just do it. It benefits you in the long run. It really does. I had this really creepy dude who, I don't know if anything ever came of it, because this is when I was really young, and I honestly don't remember. You know, I was like maybe like 13, 14, so yeah, about like 10 years ago. I thought it was my friend on AOL. And this person had messaged me and was kind of talking to me for a couple minutes, and then they said something weird, and I was like, yeah, it's Heather, like duh, because I hadn't talked to this friend for a little while because, you know, things going on in our personal lives. And they were like, oh, Heather who? And I gave them my last name. And then something was going on, and my mom was trying to research something, and she was like, oh, Heather, like, who is this? And I was like, oh, well, I thought it was so-and-so. And she's like, no, it's this person. What did you tell them? You know what I mean? I told her, and it was an issue going around that it was, I don't remember if it was an adult or if it was an older teen. There was an issue going around where this kid was being, like, fucking creepy. So you know what I mean? Like, instead of just blocking something, I was kind of foolish and gave away personal information that could have caused problems in the past. Or could have caused problems in the long run, is what I meant to say. So just, if it's not something you recognize, if you feel like you're in a safe enough position, then, I mean, you could be like, the new phone, who dis? But I still wouldn't. If it's not a username or a number or an email or like a phone number you recognize, I just wouldn't do it. It could easily just be somebody with a different phone number or somebody with a new username or like a, you know, like a call from the hospital that like you were expecting but you weren't sure what the number was. It easily could be that. But if it's a situation like that, if it's important enough and the person is like really trying to reach you and it's somebody you know, they will leave a message. They will leave you a voicemail. They will leave you a note. They'll find you in public the next day and be like, hey dude, I got my like new phone. Why didn't you text me back? Like, they will leave a message. The people that are trying to cause harm in any way, shape, or form will just continuously message you and not try to be like, oh, okay, like, well, when, like, hey, it's like so-and-so, text me back, like, this is my new number. Or they'll be like, hey, like, sorry we couldn't reach you, like, this is the hospital, we have just, like, your test result, like, things like that. They will leave a message, they will leave some kind of information about who it is. The people that are trying to cause harm will just continuously be like, what are you doing? Why aren't you answering me? What's going on? Like, I thought we were friends. Meh, 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 meh. Or they'll just like continuously call you and not leave any messages with any information, because what they're trying to do is to get you to answer so that they can kind of go in their next step of whatever their harm they're trying to cause. So this video is not fun. This video is not silly. This isn't like a happy-go-lucky cat on a walk Animal Crossing video. This is an important, serious video. There's going to be several of these coming up. I believe I had 4 planned in total, which would include this one. But seriously, just be smart, be safe as you can. The thing is, this shouldn't be happening anyway. People should not be being creepy and predatory and trying to hurt or harm or threaten anybody else, but they are. And we kind of have to take our own precautions and be safe. Especially young girls. Young girls with creepy men that are older. Literally, even if it's like 2 years older than you and you're like 16, that is still an 18-year-old boy, man, human. No, because I bet you anything they're either going to try to groom you or they're going to try to send you dick pics. So be safe, be smart. Don't be afraid to tell people to get fucked and block them. Alright? Take that with you, send it to your friends, show it to your younger siblings, show it to cousins, like anybody that's like in the younger age that's on the internet. Gen Z, I feel like, is just foaming at the mouth, ready to fight at any given point. So if any of you are kind of on the fence about, you know, like, oh, but I feel bad, like, I don't know, like, I'm kind of uncomfortable, but they've never really said anything, it doesn't matter. Block them. Because I feel like you give Gen Z an inch, they take a fucking mile with how vicious they can be, which I love. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I fucking love that about Gen Z. Stay safe, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye! Literally my sight line right over the camera. My cat is sitting on the bed just going...